Welcome to the TNT podcast, where we discuss all of the hottest current events within hip hop culture, album reviews, politics within the music industry, and more. You all know me by Tellurian. I am one half of the TNT podcast, and of course, I have my brother here with me.
Yes, sir. My name is Timothy. I'm the other half of the TNT podcast, and we're here with the shits. We are bringing unbiased, unfiltered, honest conversations about hip hop and the culture. So if you're sensitive about your favorite artist or public figure, go on ahead to the next podcast, but you can still follow us though. Just remember, these are our opinions, and we are only speaking on behalf of us. Thank you all for tuning in.
All social media platforms will be in the description for each and every episode, so don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Peace and love. Welcome to episode 57 of the TNT podcast. TNT. This is one half of the TNT podcast, Tellurian, and I'll let my brother introduce himself like he always does.
Yes, sir. We back, episode 57 of the TNT podcast. TNT. Of course, y'all know me by Timothy, and we back with another one. Just me and you.
Yes, sir. How did you enjoy that last episode, bro?
Oh man, that was great. That was a great, amazing conversation. Thank you so much, Imani, for joining us in that last episode. I enjoyed that. I loved it. That's great. I love it whenever we have, guests on and we just talk about. I know we've only had really one. Nezzy was the only one that really did topics with us, so we really got to get more into that. We do like the interview type thing where we have guests on, but I really enjoy whenever we have guests on and we have regular, normal conversations. So I really loved it. What about you?
Oh yeah, bro. Same. I love that conversation. I think that was man. I think I feel like we talked the most like about artists on that one for some reason. And yeah, that was an interesting one. That's probably one of my favorites already.
Yeah, we did a lot of shit talking on that episode.
Man, I don't know if we've done that much on the episode until that one.
Man, and those are the ones that I like. I was thinking to myself, it's so funny because before I was actually thinking about putting a disclaimer in the beginning of the episode, but I was just like, nah, fucking, I ain't gonna worry about it. But
hey, it is what it is. But shoot, what you been up to? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, nothing much. Just been chilling, working, same old as always. Just trying to survive out here. I am a little bit more, I'm getting more happy that we're getting back to normal. Things are starting to get back to normal. Things are opening up. People are getting vaccinated. The world is starting to open up, and, hopefully by next year, things will be, almost like 85%, 90% back to normal. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. But no, nothing going on my end. Now I know you. What the hell did you get into this past weekend?
Oh
King?
Man, I went to San Fran with some friends. What did we do? We took pictures in front of we used to watch Full House. Like the Full House show. It was like the set. We took a picture in front of like those houses.
Oh shit.
We went to Pier 39, where they like be like entertaining and they got like food and stuff. Went there. What else did we do? Drank a lot, a whole lot, so much. I feel like I always got something going on, like all the time.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
But I'm about to leave here, so I guess I should do as much as I can out here. I'm trying to see, is there anything I got coming up? I might be taking an Atlanta trip soon, and North Carolina trip.
Going everywhere.
Yeah, man, I'm trying, bro. I possibly thought about hitting New York, but I think I want to wait.
You can't go to New York without me. If you
That's
go
what
to
I was
New
about
York,
to say. I was like, the trip wouldn't be right because I would only be there for like 2 days, and I don't even feel like I'll see enough in 2 days, and then you're not gonna be with me. So I was just like, I gotta wait on the New York trip.
2 days is absolutely not enough time to go to New York. So many different things to do out there.
Yeah, so that's probably like what I'm thinking about doing in the next month or so. But Yeah, man, just trying to like live it up out here. I ain't got that much time left. We in June now, so September is gonna be here pretty quick. This year is actually flying, so um but yeah, my weekend was good. We're just in San Fran for like the 4-day weekend, and that was a good time. Might try to make a couple more trips to San Fran before I leave, so that should be fun.
Yeah,
But
man.
that's pretty much it. I was in San Fran for the weekend. I just been chilling throughout the week. Well, working, but chilling at the house.
Yeah, man. Live it up. Live it up. You gotta live it up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like nowadays a lot of people are starting to realize that it's more to life than just going to work all day every day working a 9 to 5. Like niggas are starting
Mhm.
to get over that shit. It's starting to get old.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying? Live it up. Live your best life. And yeah, man, we're already in June. We're already in June. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, we're already in June. Tellurian is going to be back here in no time. In
It's
no time.
crazy, bro. That's crazy. And you know what's so funny, bro? I think with our generation, I think our generation knows their worth. Like, not saying that the other generations didn't, but they're trying to get out of that routine of the 9 to 5 and trying to figure out another way to live like a better life. And like I think it's a thing where you got to do what you have to do till you do what you want to do. And so I feel like our generation is trying to figure that out, which is what I love. It's like people are doing 9 to 5s, but they're trying to some way start a business while they're doing their 9 to 5 so they can eventually leave the 9 to 5. And I'm like, I love that. So anybody that's trying to do that, keep going, because I know this 9 to 5 is not it's
Ghetto.
not what it is. I'm not trying to do that for 40 years, honestly. Like, yeah,
Ghetto. Ghetto.
ghetto, bro. Going to work is ghetto. It's
Facts.
very ghetto. But
Facts.
yeah, man. I shout out to everybody that's trying to start their own stuff, their own business, and trying to get out of that 9 to 5 routine. Shout out to y'all. And investing. I see a lot of people with the investments going on, the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, the was it Dogecoin. I see y'all out here trying to figure out other ways. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, man. It's getting out of that 9 to 5 mentality. That's what I like to call it. 9 to 5
Yeah.
mentality. A lot of people are starting to step into their creative bag, and they're starting to like
Hmm.
you said, start businesses and things like that. And I even feel like this podcast is an extension of that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's why I was
Facts.
saying before, last year, man, we needed that. We needed last year. A lot of people were able to sit their asses down and, like you
Hmm.
said, figure out their worth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm right there with you, man. This 9 to 5 shit is. I love my job. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying. If anybody at my job is listening to this right now, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I
Yeah.
love where I work. You know what I'm saying? But this 9 to 5 shit, it's getting old, man. It's getting old, and it's crazy that I'm saying that it's getting old because we're still young. Like we
Yeah,
haven't
we're in
even.
our 20s. Speaking of us being young, we hit 9 years out of high school.
Man, that is
Bruh.
so crazy. We're about to be 10
Bruh.
years removed, man. That's crazy. That is
You know
crazy.
what's so, you know what's so funny, bro? You know what's so funny? We didn't know each other yet, but I remember seeing you on graduation day.
Really?
Yes, because I remember I dapped up Chris because y'all graduation was next after
Wow.
MacArthur's graduation, but I didn't know you then. I didn't know
Wow.
you.
That is
That was
crazy.
2012, and I remember I saw you, but I didn't know you yet.
Wow. That is so crazy because I remember graduation day and I remember
Hmm.
me and Chris and me and Michael and
Hmm.
Justin, like we were all there, but that's crazy. I do not remember seeing you at all. And that's just crazy how the universe kind of works like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I went to MacArthur, and I think MacArthur's graduation was right before y'all's, because I think the graduations was like 8, 10, and 12 or something like that.
Yeah, two
And
out of 10.
yeah, and so we were getting out, and I remember seeing Chris, and I think I was talking to Chris or something. But I think I saw you, him, and Mike take a picture or something, and
Yep.
I was just like, so I saw you, but I didn't know you at the time. But I'm thinking about the next year is when I met you. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is
So
crazy.
that's why I was just thinking, I was like, dang, like it's really been 9 years since we graduated high school. That's crazy, like to think about.
Yeah, man. To almost 10 years. Are you going to a reunion? Because I can tell you I won't be.
I might. I don't. Honestly, I don't know. That's dang. I don't know.
Absolutely not for me. I don't want to see
Wait, wait,
none of
wait,
you
wait.
motherfuckers.
You said you not going. You don't want to see them.
I don't want to see none of you niggas. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see none of you motherfuckers. But I love you.
What's so funny, bro? After I posted that post on Facebook saying like I graduated from high school 9 years ago, I really thought about. I was like, I kind of don't want to see none of you niggas. Like, I was like, I didn't like none of you niggas, really. Like,
I didn't even have to think twice about it. I was like, high school reunion? Nope. Nope.
I might not go.
I'm straight.
Most of them niggas I didn't even like.
I'll see
And
you.
it's like we cool. It's like we cool now on social media, but really, I didn't like none of you niggas. Like I was like I'm like, a lot of y'all niggas trying to bully me, like and try to like roast me. I was like, you know what?
That's all we did. That's all we did.
I was like, I don't like y'all niggas really, and some of y'all niggas still on the same stuff, like from high school.
I feel like
10 years almost.
Yeah, man. That's really all high school was even middle school. Like it was just roast sessions. That's all it was. Like that's all it was. All day, every day.
And I be really thinking about how people be going off of their like high school popularity. Nigga, we grown. That didn't mean anything. If you took that with you in real life, you might as well just ball it and put it in the trash because high school popularity is nothing. And stop letting it be something. It's nobody cares about it, bro. Like nobody. It is not gonna get you a job. It's not gonna get you the business you want. You capitalize on some popularity from high school.
High school popularity is not currency. It's
Whack as hell, bro. Whack as hell,
bro.
Yeah, that's I just really thought about that. I might not even go to that. I mean, if I do, it might be if I'm with my homies, but if I'm not, then I'm probably gonna be like, nah, I'm probably chilling.
Yeah, nah. Shout out to class of 2012, but I won't be going to a reunion.
He's like, I'm not rocking. He's like, not at all.
I'm straight.
Man.
When I graduated high school, I was done. I left that behind me. That chapter is closed.
Bruh.
That's it.
It's so funny because I be seeing posts where they were like, how were you during high school? Like after your graduation, did you cry? I was like, cry. I was so excited to not. I wanted to get up out that building. I didn't want to see none of their faces no more. Like,
fam, I may have dapped maybe 2 or 3 people up, took that picture with Chris and Mike, and I was out. I was gone. I was gone.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I dapped up my homies, took a picture with my family, and we was out of there. Yeah. I was like, let's go eat. I don't care about none of this. Like, I just want to go eat. I didn't care about nothing. That's so funny, bro. That's so funny though. Oh wow, high school. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
man.
So crazy. But yeah, man, shout out to the class of 2012. Yeah, we about to hit, well, we just hit the 9 years, so next year be 10 years we graduated. I'm still contemplating, but I'm probably not gonna go. I don't know. It depends on how that whole situation goes next year. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, high school is a chapter. I kind of just wanted to die, actually. Just like you want to go to like the next phase of life and just kind of not go back to that.
It's dead for me. It's been dead.
Yeah, man. Cause I really be thinking about, it's like people really be going to like they 40 class reunion and like, oh man,
couldn't be me.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to all the graduates of high school. Yeah, that's a milestone.
Graduates, period.
All the graduates, period. Yeah, college, getting master's degrees, getting bachelor's degrees, associates, high school diploma, GEDs, whatever, striving. Shout out to all y'all. It was class of 2021. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Salute.
Yep. But yeah, man, where you wanna start at today with the topics?
Got some shit to get to today. New music, new music. It's a lot of dope new music coming out, man. I'm excited. We go through this every year. I always feel like, how is this year going to be better than last year? And
Man.
man, it's so much music that's coming out, man. We just got Lloyd Banks. Was telling you and Justin how excited I was to hear that album. It's been 10 years since we got a Lloyd Banks project, man.
That's so crazy to me.
Hunger for More 2 came out 10 years ago, which, if y'all haven't heard that, Hunger for More 2 was a dope album. Yeah, man, Lloyd Banks just dropped his new project. It's been a very, very long time. He's dropped mixtapes here and there. But I wanted to hear an album. Like, I really wanted to hear that album from Lloyd Banks. And let me tell you right now, he delivered. He delivered.
Bruh. People actually, I feel like people don't talk about Lloyd Banks enough. Dude is really a real lyricist.
Fam, it's so crazy that you said that, because earlier I was thinking to myself, people usually refer to Wayne as like the god of punchlines. And I never agreed with that. I always thought that Lloyd Banks was the punchline king and
Yeah.
fabulous. Lloyd
Banks.
Oh,
fabulous, bro. We need to have that conversation about Fabulous too, because I be listening, and Fabulous is insane. But bro, I've never ran with that narrative of Lil Wayne. It's almost like back to high school, I guess. Like it almost seems like when we were in high school, that was the thing. It was just like, Wayne is the greatest rapper. He's the biggest rapper. He's a king of punchlines and metaphors or whatever. And I never really thought that. It was just like, even when he was the biggest at that time, to me, he still wasn't the best. I mean, he was great. He was great. Don't get me wrong, but I've never ran with the narrative that everybody said about Wayne, as far as like the his music and like him being just the greatest ever at a certain thing in rap. And I would just be like, no, I listen to other people, and he's just not that to me. Even though I know Wayne is an icon, it was just like things that everybody would say about Wayne, but I wouldn't be the one thinking it. And so that stemmed from high school to like now almost. And but yeah, bro, Lloyd Banks has always been cold to me, like with the punchlines and stuff, and Fabulous.
Lloyd Banks to me is like I would say he's the punchline king. Like, I don't know anybody who raps the way that he raps when it comes to punchlines. Maybe like I said, like Fab might be the closest, but Lloyd Banks is gonna give you punch after punch after punch after punch. And it's not like, referring back to Wayne, not to, I don't want to shit on Wayne, because Wayne he can rap. So I'm not trying to say he can rap, he can't rap. But sometimes Wayne's punchlines, he'll say some corny shit, he'll say some shit that don't make sense. And it's just like people really be making it seem like it's dope. But Lloyd Banks doesn't have any whack punchlines. Like,
that's what I was about to say, because like you just said about Wayne, they would always say that about Wayne, but exactly what you said is how I felt. Like, sometimes he'll say some corny stuff or something that didn't make sense, and he was never what everybody was saying to me. It's almost just like what you said with Lloyd Banks. His stuff was on some lyricist punchlines. Like, it was on some, that's why I always felt like that about Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, I completely agree with you 100%. I always thought, I used to have arguments with myself about G Unit. Lloyd Banks to me was the best lyricist in G Unit until Game got there, because Game is also an incredible lyricist. So I kind of go back and forth between Game and Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? I said, who's the best lyricist that was in G Unit at the time?
I think for me, like, I love Game, but I think it was Lloyd for me.
I was gonna say Lloyd Banks as well, because I think Game, he is like a backpack lyrical type of rapper. Like, he can really Game is
oh yeah, and that doesn't take anything from Game, because like we've had that discussion about Game, 50 Cent, Game, the hits, and then who has the real who's like the real lyricist and has a better catalog of music and stuff. I always say Game does, but yeah. But as far as just lyricists, for me, it's always been Lloyd Banks for sure.
Yeah, man. And I always used to tell myself, like, when Game and 50 got in their beef, you
Mhm.
know, I know there were shots back and forth between G Unit and Game and all that, but if Lloyd Banks had went full on, full fledged beef against Game, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know how Game would have handled that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think part of it too might just be that, and I'm not even from New York, but I just
Mhm.
have a New York bias for New York artists. I have a New York bias, New York artists. So uh, Lloyd Banks to me was always a dope lyricist, but I think it's his voice too. Like his voice is just so fucking menacing, and it's just like
Mhm.
he's the definition of like a street hardcore rapper. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
you know, if y'all know me, that's what I like to listen to. So to me,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Lloyd Banks, but that's not taking anything away from Game. Game is
Exactly.
an
Exactly.
amazing fucking rapper. Um,
Facts.
and like you said, I would even agree with you and say that Game's catalog, people don't give Game's catalog enough
They
credit,
talk
man.
about it. They don't really talk about the Game's
They
catalog,
really don't,
honestly.
because Game's first two albums to me, his first two albums were classic to me.
Fact.
The documentary and what was the second one? Doctor's Advocate. Doctor's
Yeah.
Advocate.
Doctor's Advocate. Yeah.
Those two projects to me,
Yep.
me were fucking amazing. I was just listening to Doctor's Advocate the other day. The
Mhm.
last record on there where he's just rapping for like 8 minutes straight, and he has Nas on there, and it's over a Just Blaze beat. Fam, like,
Fam, that just that in itself, bro. It's like the Game, bro. They really don't talk. He has an underrated catalog.
that's facts.
Yeah.
And
About, you know what I think it was? I think it was just always a thing where it almost seemed like he was always kind of, is it overshadowed by 50? It was almost like 50 was so big just off the first two albums. Because you know his first album sold like 13, second album sold like 10 mil. They sold like 10 million plus albums his first two albums. And then the hits, he had crazy amount of hits around that time. And then it's like he was working with Game. So it's almost like he kind of overshadowed G Unit. Like G Unit was big, but they was just like all stemming off of 50 Cent. And I think it almost kind of made everybody else's solo careers not seem as important, but it really was. Like if you listen to certain people individually, like we was just saying, Lloyd Banks. I love Lloyd Banks, but you know, people don't talk about Lloyd Banks a lot. People don't talk about the Game a lot. People know that the Game is great and is a lyricist, but it's like they don't really talk about his catalog. It's almost like he'll drop an album, people know about it, and he's like, oh, he ain't been hot since like '05 or this. I'm like, no, he's a real lyricist. He can actually rap, but I feel like that's because real hip hop listeners still listen to people in G Unit like individually and stuff like that. But people be kind of trying to diminish because they love hits. They love 50 Cent. And so everything because of 50 Cent, they kind of try to diminish like the people in G Unit's career. And so I noticed that a lot. And but yeah, they don't talk about the Game or they don't talk about Lloyd. And I'll be like, I still listen to these people. They are actual lyricists. So I kind of hate that though. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's so big on hits that they're like, well, they ain't dropped a hit since this. And then it always looks like they not really trying to do anything until 50 Cent is coming back to do something with G Unit. So they don't really be focusing on those individual people's careers unless 50 Cent brings G Unit back. So I kind of hate that too. So,
yeah,
but I actually still listen to them though, like individual Lloyd Banks, The Game, like people like that. So
yeah. Lloyd Banks' first two albums were dope.
yeah,
Hunger for More was dope, and Hunger for More 2. Or no, actually, he came out with an album before that. I think it was like Bad Apple or something like that. Some Apple,
yep, yep.
some shit like that. But the Hunger for More projects were dope.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny though because I remember seeing a meme a while back where it was like these are the artists that you know are dope, but you don't ever listen to them. You just know that they're dope. And it was a picture of like Lloyd Banks,
Right.
Jadakiss, Papoose,
I
and
listen to them though.
yeah, and somebody else. And I was just like, yo, like y'all don't listen to these guys, y'all are missing out on some like real.
real lyricists.
like great fucking music. Like,
Yeah, man, it's so funny because what's the magazine? The magazine, was it the Double XL magazines? They showed I think it was 2000, was it 2007 Double XL, and I think it had Lupe, I think it had Crooked Eye.
oh yeah, that was Papoose,
And
Darrell Ortiz.
yeah, and it was talking about how the lyricists weren't really like as big, like as far as sales wise. And it was just like I listened to all of those dudes, like the real deal lyricists, and it was talking about, I'm trying to remember who was on there, but they were like bigger than all of them possibly, or just that time. Well, I just remembered it was just saying that all the people on that Double XL, they were like great MCs, but they don't have the sales like other artists. And I was just like, dang, that really sucks, because Lupe, Cricket, I'm like, these are real deal MCs. And I'm just like, it sucks that they don't get the recognition like that. And
Shout out to Crooked Eye too, because he's the only rapper that's gonna respond to your tweets on Twitter. So shout out to Crooked Eye. He's
I just
responded to
really,
me several times.
yeah, man, I just really be thinking about, it's like literally like a different market for real MCs. And I always think about that thing where it's like, people be like, you gotta know that balance between, making a hit and, because that's how you really gonna eat or whatever. But I'm almost in the mindset of Saul Williams, where he says you gotta kind of just be real with your music, and don't try to sell it to an audience to make hits. Just make real good music, and even if people don't get it now, they'll get it later. So I'm with the thing about being like a real artist and not trying to like dumb down your lyrics to make bigger sales. All right, I'm with those artists, and so I always have been with that. So, but it just sucks to me that real lyricists, there's an audience for real lyricists, but it just kind of sucks that they don't get that recognition like people that get the actual big hits like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. And Lloyd Banks, he had a lot of big hits
Mm-hmm.
back in the day during G Unit days. So
Mm-hmm.
he experienced that. G Unit was a really that
I
first
love
G Unit album, Beg for Mercy. That album was damn near a classic. It was
I
damn.
love G Unit, bro.
Um, but yeah, man. Lloyd Banks dropped his album. I still need to listen to it more. I probably listened to it maybe 2 or 3 times today.
Man, I
And
can't wait to listen, bro.
man, it's great. And he called Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast, and uh he said that because it's crazy because Joe, right before Joe Budden retired, the last verse that Joe Budden ever recorded was for Lloyd Banks.
That's
It
crazy.
was for Lloyd Banks. So
Crazy.
Joe was just basically like, "Are you going to put this verse on your album, or where's it going to go? Like, what are you going to do?" And he was like, he doesn't know yet. So we could still get it like as a deluxe version or something.
Mhm.
Hopefully I'm able to hear it because Joe made it sound like that last verse was crazy. But another thing that he said too that made me excited for the album was because I've seen you say it before. Rest in peace to the third verse. Rappers don't do third verses anymore. We don't get 3 verses from rappers
That
anymore.
was Crooked Eye actually, and I shared it. Yeah, shout out to Crooked Eye, man. Like we was just saying.
Shout out to Crooked Eye. But Lloyd Banks said that every single song on this album has a third verse. So I already off of hearing that, I was like, yes.
Oh my God!
Thank
Yes.
God. And he did not lie. He there's 3 verses on pretty much. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 records that maybe don't have 3 verses. But it's 18 songs. So 16
I can't wait.
out of the 18 songs have 3 verses. And let me just tell you, all the features that are on there came through and crushed it. Freddie Gibbs.
Oh my God,
Freddie.
Freddie Gibbs, bro. You know how we feel about Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yeah. Freddie Gibbs was the surprise feature. Benny the Butcher.
Oh man.
Rock Marciano.
Bro, you put me on the Rock.
Rock
Marciano,
Marciano.
yes.
Rock
Yes,
Marciano.
bro.
He's yeah, I don't know. You're gonna get me. I'm gonna Marciano. His catalog is fucking crazy.
Bruh.
Who else is on the album? I think Vado is on the album. Styles P, man.
Legend.
So to me, in my opinion, this album fucking amazing. Fucking amazing project. I'm gonna continue to listen to it. It's high replay value for me. It's a high replay value for me. I feel like this project was made for me. All it is bars, punchlines, street nigga talk. It was made for me.
I love it, bro.
This album was made for me.
Bro, see this. That's why I can't wait to listen to it. But I love Lloyd Banks, bro.
Bam.
He's a lyricist for me.
This man came through and he's rapping on there. There's not a wasted moment on this album. Like the whole entire album, he's going off, like rapping the whole way through.
Dang, that's so crazy that it was this long since an album. I didn't even realize, because you remember that conversation I was like, bro, has it really been 10 years? Like, I didn't even realize it had been that long.
10 years. And you know, it's crazy because he actually, a lot of people don't know, for the people that don't really follow you know, certain artists, he actually went through a dark period. You know, the past couple of years. I think there was a tweet that he had put up where someone had asked him, you know, Lloyd Banks, where are you at? When are you dropping an album? It's been, you know, 8 years. This was probably 2 years ago. It's been 8 years. We've been waiting for you. And he responded to that tweet and said, I don't think anyone wants to hear any music from me, and I don't think anyone cares about me. So you could tell that you know, he was going through some shit. And then of course, you know, G Unit, you know, beefing with 50 for the past couple of years. You know, they've been kind of beefing on and off. And I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of shit that was going on. But I'm glad that he was finally able to get this out. He sounds, Lloyd Banks is what, probably in his 40s. He don't even sound like that. He's rapping like a young 20-year-old. Like, that's how dope this album is.
Crazy, bro.
So shout out to Lloyd Banks.
Yes, sir.
Great album. If y'all were a fan of Lloyd Banks, please go check the album out. It's fucking great. The Course of the Inevitable. That's the name of the album. Go check it out, Lloyd Banks. Kwame dropped the album called Pray for Haiti.
Oh snap.
Man, when I made my 2019 list, that little blog that I did of albums and artists that people should check out, Kwame was on that list. Kwame, he's from the Griselda. He's not from Griselda. Like, he's affiliated with Griselda, but he's not like, he didn't come in the game with him. He's not signed to them, but he's that same style of rap. So if you like Benny, if you like West Side Gun, if you like Conway, if you like you know, Rock Marciano, Kwame is also going to be, you know, right up your alley. He just released his album called Pray for Haiti. I think West Side Gun executive produced it.
Oh,
so West Side Gun is all over the album, and let me just tell you right now, it's probably going to make my top 5 album of the year list.
Yeah.
The album is fucking crazy.
I got to listen.
Please check it out. Kwame is called Pray for Haiti. Jim Jones is out here.
You know we love Dipset around here.
Yes, man. Jim Jones, and let me tell you, man, Jim Jones released a project with the same producer that did Plugs I Met Too for Benny, Harry Fraud. Jim Jones is out here lyrically aging gracefully, man.
Yeah, man.
He's aging gracefully. He's way. Jim Jones is always nice. Don't get me wrong. He's always nice.
Oh yeah.
But he's way better now than what he was.
You know what's so funny about that? He is so, I don't know what happened over the years, but he started to get like better. He just became like a better MC. I don't know what got into him, but he just started snapping.
Yeah, man. He is lyrically he's aging gracefully. Because last year, I think, what year was that? That was 2019 when he released El Capo. That album made my top 10 of 2019, and I did not think that Jim Jones would ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That sounds almost funny because I didn't used to look at Jim Jones like that in a sense of a lyricist. Like, I knew he was good, but it was just like in his lyricist bag, I was just like, kind of. But nah, over time he just really like he literally became like a lyricist, and I was just like,
Fam.
crazy, bro.
He released this project with Harry Fraud called The Fraud Department. It came out earlier this year.
Hmm.
I've been replaying that, and I wanna get more deep into this conversation about albums that came out whenever we do our mid-year episode. Last year we did the mid-year, so we're gonna do part two of the mid-year episode this year.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Jim Jones with the Fraud Department, incredible
Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
And then even with upcoming projects, man, we got Skyzoo
Oh,
releasing
Skazu.
in the next
Yes.
2 weeks. Ransom is coming out next Monday, and so this next one that I'm about to say is for the rap nerds. So this one is for the rapidy rap backpack rapidy nerds. So a long time ago, way back when cannabis was still cannabis, when
Hmm.
Razzcast was doing his shit, when Killer Priest and Corrupt
Hmm.
were all doing their shit. They were supposed to form a super group called the Horsemen, the Four Horsemen.
Oh man.
And they were supposed to release a Horseman Project album that I think it came out a long time ago, but it was like heavily bootleg. So I don't think it was really like a finished final product.
Hmm.
There were songs recorded, there were verses put out and things like that, and I've heard some of them, but it was never like a full complete thing.
Hmm.
So it was just this thing that was just kind of left out, and everybody was like, we want this, like we got to have this, like this is for God MCs, for the best lyricists in hip hop. We need
Hmm.
this album, and I just saw the tweet yesterday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they're finally going to release all new recorded material. They're getting in the
Bruh.
studio together, and they're finally going to release a Four Horsemen project, and it's coming out I think June the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. I think the same day
Oh
Sky Zoo's album. I think it's the
snap,
same day that Sky Zoo's album comes out. So
bruh. This year is
I
crazy,
am super excited because if you know how great of a lyricist Cannabis is,
bruh.
how great Killer Priest is, how great Razzcast is, and a lot of
Yep.
people consider Razzcast to be a top 10 MC of all time.
Hmm.
And we all know how great Corrupt is. Corrupt is one of them MCs that can just rap for
Yep.
hours and hours and hours.
Yep.
All four of them together on an album is fixing to be insane. And on top of
I'm ready.
the fact that we've been waiting for this for about 20 years and we're about to get it,
They
man.
probably better now too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's something about our veteran artists who have been around for a long time. They've seen the ins and out of the industry. They've been fucked over. They've been done wrong. They've had money stolen from them, contracts fucked up, all kinds of things. It's just something, it's something about, like
Hmm.
how we said an artist like Jim Jones or Lloyd Banks, like when they come back with an album,
Hmm.
10 years later and they're just better lyrically, it's because they've seen a lot. Even
They've
when
seen more. Yeah.
Cameron dropped his Purple Haze 2 album
Oh
two
yeah,
years ago.
Cameron.
Man, that album, I feel like a lot of people didn't talk about that album. There was a lot of
They
stuff that
didn't.
Cameron was talking about on that album, stories and stories and stories and stories. Excuse me, on top of stories. And he aged lyrically great too. You know what I'm
Bruh.
saying? So I was just talking to Jonathan too the other day when I was with him, and I was just like, it's crazy that we're coming up on the time where pretty soon we're not going to have a Jim Jones, we're not going to have a Lloyd Banks.
Bruh.
Jadakiss is going to retire. Nas is going to not rap anymore. Jay is going to
Hmm.
be like, we're getting to that time where all of our legends and icons and
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to be here anymore, and it's going to be
Yep.
sad, man. It's going to be
Yeah,
sad.
them '90s MCs that are still like aging gracefully lyrically. Yeah, they gonna be like stepping away from hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's gonna be when all of those type of artists start to leave, hip hop ain't gonna be the same.
yeah,
Cause
man.
cause I almost feel like though the OGs of the game kind of show. I'm not saying people don't not in that real MC and rap bag, but I feel like you just need people like that in the industry to kind of uh help the newer generation. Even though there's a lot of new subgenres of hip hop, I just man, just having those MCs and legends, it just when they in the game with the newer generation, it just feels better.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a sad day. I mean, I do think that we're in good hands. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Oh,
With
I do
people
too.
with people like JID and Joey Badass and Crit,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? All of
Yeah.
TDE. We're in good hands.
Yeah.
I'm
Griselda. Yeah.
Griselda, 100% Griselda,
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs. We're in good hands, but it's just gonna be different, man. It's gonna be different when a lot of our favorite MCs are no longer here. Like
Bruh.
it's gonna suck. But
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna work in the background though. I feel like they still gonna be
oh yeah,
in the industry. They're not gonna be rapping. They just gonna be, you'll see them on the scene, like working with different artists and kind of, trying to guide different artists. Probably, labels, probably got their own labels and stuff, and trying to counsel people into, being good artists and stuff. But yeah, when they just actually stop MCing and rapping and stuff, that's gonna be yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough day.
yeah, man.
A lot of MCs, like,
Salute to our legends, man.
yeah, man, for real.
Dirk and Lil Baby dropped their joint project. I did not think it was gonna come this soon. Like I completely
Same,
forgot
same.
because I know that they had when DMX dropped his posthumous album, they pushed it back. They were gonna drop it the same day, but they were out of respect for DMX, they pushed it back. So salute to them for that.
Oh God, I need to listen to that album still.
The DMX.
Well, I'm behind, but I'm behind.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
listen.
listen to the Lloyd, and I gotta listen to the DMX. Man, I gotta catch up.
Yeah, I listened to the DMX album. I'm gonna save my opinions for that for whenever you've listened to it and we can actually talk.
Okay, okay.
I have
You trying to do a whole breakdown of the album? How you trying to do?
we can do something like that. I do have some things that I have to say about the album that may not necessarily be good, but
Okay,
I'll
okay.
wait. I'll wait on that. Rest in peace to DMX, and salute to Dirk and Baby for pushing their album back for that. That was really dope of them
Hmm.
to do that. Um, I didn't get to check their album out yet because I was too busy listening to Lloyd Banks.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely gonna check that out. That's next on my list. And
Hmm.
Raheem Devon,
Oh, I love
Raheem
Raheem Devon.
Raheem Devon dropped his album today with Apollo Brown. Apollo Brown,
Wow.
the same producer that has only produced for rappers,
Hmm.
dropped an album with an R&B singer, and I am so ready
That's
to listen to this
crazy.
album because this is the first time that Apollo Brown has stepped out of that rapper producer album type
Hmm.
thing or formula, I guess you could say. And he actually did a whole album with an R&B singer, and the records that he released as singles were
Hmm.
great. Were great. So
Yeah,
I already know that this album is going to be amazing.
yeah.
So that dropped today as well. Um,
So much music, bro.
yeah, man, it's too much. It's
So
hard
much,
to keep up with everything. So
so
hard.
much music.
But yeah, man, that was pretty much it for new music. I can't really think of anything else that came out. Um, Georgia Smith. Georgia Smith dropped an album or an EP or something, I think.
I think she did drop something.
Yeah, I think a week ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why
I
I'm thinking
think she did.
because I need to. That's on my list of albums that I need to check out. I need
Yeah, I think she
to,
did drop something.
yeah, I need to check that out. That's next up on my list too.
Bro, it's
Um,
so much music, bro. It's insane. Like,
so much fucking music, man.
yeah, yeah, she dropped something. Yeah, that came out. I think what 2 3 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm tripping. Clearly,
yeah,
I'm tripping.
like 2 3 weeks ago. Like I think it said May 14th.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. So she dropped. I thought I saw that too. I was like, I think Georgia Smith dropped something.
yeah. I need to
Yeah,
check that
man.
out.
Now we just waiting on these other album rollouts. Absol, SZA, people,
Drake, where the
Drake.
fuck you at, Drake?
Kendrick. We just waiting on these rollouts, and I think it's like what Imani said. I think they're trying to wait, to be able to tour with these albums.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man.
This year, I mean, we're only in June, but there's gonna be a slew of artists that are about to start releasing music because yeah, artists are definitely gonna try to go on tour. There's a lot of tours that are being announced. I just saw the Rolling Loud.
I
Uh,
was just about to bring that up, bro. I was thinking about going, but I don't know. And while I'm thinking about it, them tickets is just going.
yeah,
You really
yeah,
kind of don't have time to think if you want to go. You better know. Or
Yeah,
you getting the
because
ticket?
a lot of people have been waiting to go to festivals, and all last
Mhm.
year they weren't able to go. So concerts for a while, whenever artists start announcing concerts, the tickets are going to be going quick because people have been wanting to
Mm.
go to concerts for a year. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, we're about to get a lot of music. A lot of stuff is coming. So y'all be prepared for that. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Same, bro. I saw that Rolling Loud list. I saw that J. Cole was headlining one of those days. And I think who else did they say was headlining that tour? Uh
I
I
know I
think
saw J. Cole. I think I saw Cuddy. Cuddy one night.
yeah, Kid Cudi is headlining. Oh
Cuddy one
man.
night. And then I don't know who the last person was. It was J. Cole, Cuddy, and maybe Future. If
I
I
think I
can't,
saw Future and somebody.
yeah, I can't remember.
It might have been Chris Brown or somebody. I can't remember. I had
Yeah.
to look again, but yeah, man, that Rolling Loud is yeah. If you ain't got tickets to the Rolling Loud tour, yeah, go get that. If you thinking about it, don't think about it, just do it. I gotta think about it because I still like some other people I'm thinking about seeing, but yeah, if you're trying to get to a festival like that, hurry up and get the ticket because tickets are moving and they buying those tickets fast.
Facts.
So yeah.
Facts. Let's get into Mama's cooking.
Oh man.
Mama's cooking. Why what did Kwame Brown ever do to anyone? What has he
Bro,
ever done to anyone to deserve?
nothing, bro. Nothing. At least I don't think because okay, so I know for years, um Stephen A. Smith is
Oh man.
he's been, trying to, trash his career. He's made so much money off of just talking about Kwame Brown in particular. Uh,
Facts.
I remember so many times. It's so weird because Kwame Brown was the number one pick in the NBA draft, and they would always talk about how he was the worst number one pick, all of this, and then he kind of started doing, giving the backstory of his career on the podcast, and giving different stories and stuff. And I started to understand what was really going on with Kwame Brown. And but Stephen A. Smith, made a just a career out of just dissing this man's career, talking about how terrible he was. And it's so weird because he was in the NBA, and I just remember seeing him on a regular, like all the time, like seeing Kwame Brown play in the NBA. So it's almost like I didn't even know when he really left the NBA. It was just all of a sudden he just wasn't there no more.
Yep.
And what's the team where all the basketball players go? Big Three, Big
Hmm.
Three. So it's so funny because it's like, and I don't even know if he played on the Big Three, but it's so weird. It's just like I would be watching the NBA, and then I'd be like, when did so and so leave? And then like I would see like Big Three games. I was like, oh, they at the Big Three. But I was just like, when did they leave the NBA, or when did they go here? So with Kwame Brown, it was a thing where I was watching him play, but I never really knew when he left the NBA like that. And it's just so funny. All of a sudden, out of the blue, it's just like he popped out again. Uh, I was just like, he don't mess with nobody. So to see him just like, but I feel like he's one of those people you don't mess with when you. He's just one of those people because they've been trying to bully him his whole NBA career, and I
Yeah.
know he was sick of that. And it was just like, man, I'm not even playing no more. I got a podcast, I got stuff going on, and so now it's like they trying to bully him not being in the NBA, and it's like you can only they woke the bear up pretty much. And now this man is like he viral. He going he everywhere. Like, and when I tell you, dude is funny, and I feel like they don't need to mess with this dude because I don't know. I just feel like he's not one of those dudes to be played with
I
when it
mean,
comes to just on some real life stuff. I don't feel like he one of those people that people won't smoke with, honestly.
Yeah, I was so confused because I had no idea what was going on. All of a sudden, one day I just woke up and I seen Kwame Brown's name, and I was like, Kwame Brown, like, when was the
Yeah.
last time he was in the league, and why are
Mhm.
we talking about him? And then I clicked it and I seen what was going on, and I was like,
Ah, damn, number one.
oh shit, this guy is fucking hilarious. He is
Oh
fucking
my
hilarious,
god.
but. It is crazy though that you say that because yeah, the only reason why I really ever even like knew anything about Kwame Brown is because I remember Stephen A. Smith just trashing the shit out of him every single chance that he got,
Bruh.
and seeing him actually like come out and respond to Charlemagne and
Man.
Stephen A. is crazy. Um, when or maybe I shouldn't say when. I don't even know how to start this because I don't even want to say anything about Kwame Brown and then him see this and then go off on us. So I'm not even I'm not even trying to go down that.
Okay. So I guess you can say a little bit of backstory, a little bit of backstory. So I think what it was when
I know why he went off on Charlemagne. I knew exactly why that started.
see, I need to see. Maybe you can give a little bit of backstory on that, but I'm just gonna kind of give a little bit of I guess backstory on his just NBA career a little bit. Um, so he was a number one pick, and he wasn't really. I think at the time he might have been 18, 19, and
He played with several different teams.
he played with he played with like several different teams, and people was just like he's not living up to that potential of being the number one pick in the draft. And I think it was he was on teams where there were like established veterans and all of that, and so um as time went on, uh I don't feel like he was able to be like groomed as a player. I think it was a thing where Kwame Brown was kind of just thrown to the wolves in the NBA. He didn't have that. I don't think he had that person that was guiding him to be a great NBA player. It was just I got to feed my family. I'm in the NBA, and he just pretty much was on teams. And so that's why it always looked like, oh man, Kwame Brown is trash to people, but he was never really groomed to be a great NBA player. He was just kind of thrown to the wolves at the beginning of his career. And it was like he would be on teams and he would be on teams and or he would be practicing for like 3 hours before a game and stuff like that. And then the game would happen and then he wouldn't get put into the game until about what last 10 minutes of the game and the team is down by 30 and it's just like, oh, you're the reason we lost. Nigga, we was down by 30 already. And I'm like 18, 19 years old. What you mean? And so from the get-go, from off rip, Kwame Brown was put in a bad position either way. So his career just kind of like going off of that, he didn't get the mentorship and all of that. He literally was trying to figure it out. And I don't think he was ever groomed to be the great player like a lot of number one picks or however far in the draft people are early in the draft that the people that become big superstars and Hall of Famers and stuff like that. I think that's what it was with Kwame Brown. I don't think it was ever a thing where he had that actual mentor. It was just like he was thrown to the wolves at an early age, and then from there, he was literally just trying to figure it out. And this man, Stephen A. Smith, man, just his whole career, just trashing Kwame Brown, bro. Like, and but when I really understood that, it made me look at Kwame Brown at in a whole different light. When I realized he was just kind of thrown to the wolves, and then there was a lot on him that he didn't even do. And I'm talking about like all of this pressure and all of the downfall of a team being on him. So when I started to understand that, it made me look at the whole situation with Kwame Brown differently. Because in my mind, I used to be like, he was the number one pick in the draft. How does he play like this? But he was never really groomed to be a great player. It's like he has almost uh like if you kind of tried to compare him to like Allen Iverson, it was just like he was a number one pick. Allen Iverson was the number one pick, but it was just like he was just kind of thrown under the bus in a way with teams. So, and now we're here. Now we're here, and I saw that he got into it with a situation with Charlamagne. I don't even know what that was. I just remember I saw it pop up, but I meant to like go and dive into the story, but I don't really know what happened.
Man, look, he damn near is about to get, or almost damn near got Charlamagne canceled, about to get him fired, about to get all kind of shit going with Charlamagne. And Charlamagne was the one who barked up the wrong tree, to be honest with you. But I just want to speak to what you were saying real quick, because a lot of people I've been seeing were saying the same thing that Stephen A. Smith said in regards to his career and being a failure and all that kind of shit. He did make about $56 to $60 million throughout his NBA career. So to me, that doesn't really sound like much of a failure to me. And if he was so trash, I don't think he would have been in the league for however many years he was there, which was like what,
exactly
like 8 or 9 or 10?
I think they said he had I think probably a 12-year career, I think.
12-year career. So
I think so. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, man. But I just know a lot of people, they say, man, that's like the worst number one pick ever, blah, blah, blah. They just try to, they try to trash Kwame Brown. And I'm not going to lie. At one point, I was like that because I was just like, he's not playing like a number one pick. But once you understand the backstory and what was going on, it was like he was really just trying to feed his family type of thing. And he never really got groomed to be the great player that he possibly could have been or that he wanted to be. When you understand like the real story, you be like, oh, you see it from a different perspective. And but yeah, man. But shout out to Kwame Brown for people that's trying to come after him or come for him in the comments or whatever. They done woke a sleeping giant, bro, because this man is not having it.
Not having it. Mama's cooking.
Yeah, man, not having it.
Yeah, I think it also may be the fact that he had a lot of things going on with family as well, which is the reason why Charlamagne is on the receiving end of the wrath right now. And I don't even think Charlamagne was initially even trying to come for him. He wasn't trying to come for him. This whole situation made me have like this traumatic thought of us, because we have a podcast. We're here to entertain. We're here to talk. We're here to critique. We're here to give our opinions. And it just made me think about how difficult this can actually be. With that being said, I do think that Charlamagne kind of got himself into this situation. And it's really, really hard to continue to be fans of people like this. Because you remember how I was telling you, it's hard to be a Meek fan. It's hard to be a Joe Budden fan. It's hard to be a Charlamagne fan. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be a Charlamagne fan. Because he does like to gaslight people a lot. He does like to start shit a lot. And this time, I think that he fucked up. I think that he fucked up pretty bad. So this really all started with, if you listen to the Breakfast Club, they have different segments. They have like Rumor Report with Angela Yee. Charlamagne will do his Donkey of the Day, and he'll do his little segment where he's commenting on certain things that are going on within the culture, whatever the case may be. I think he put out some audio of him basically in his mind trying to defend Kwame Brown from Matt Barnes and I think Stephen A. Smith. And he was basically saying Kwame Brown is not the type of person that you want to mess with. And then Charlamagne began to tell or explain how he knew Kwame Brown's family because they grew up in the same place. And
North Carolina?
North Carolina. He's from, I think North Carolina. North Carolina or South Carolina, whichever one.
Was it South Carolina?
Whichever one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he started to talk about Kwame Brown's family and how he knew his dad, and I think his dad had murdered someone, and his brother, I think, murdered someone or something like that. I don't want to quote. Don't quote me. It was something to that effect. Somebody, his dad or his brother had murdered someone. I can't remember. He put that audio out, and that's how this whole thing started. He was basically speaking on Kwame Brown's family, putting his business out there, and kind of making it seem like Kwame Brown, his character was the same. And Kwame Brown got upset with that, because he was trying to make it seem like, he was painting a picture of Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? And I understand Kwame Brown's sentiment when he's saying, you're supposed to be somebody that's for the people. You're always talking about black empowerment and all this kind of shit, but here you go tearing another black man down, trying to paint a picture and make people perceive me a certain way and look at me a certain way. So I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But I think in Charlemagne's mind, he was just trying to joke around and just be like, y'all don't need to mess with him. This is the kind of person that you don't want to mess with. He comes from a family full of killers. You don't want to mess with him because he might be a killer. Yeah. So that's what started this whole Charlemagne Kwame Brown back and forth.
Yeah. Okay.
And it kind of got out of hand because Kwame Brown brought up Jessica Reed. Now, if y'all don't know who Jessica Reed is, I read Charlemagne's book. I read both of Charlemagne's book. And he's been very vocal about the fact that a long time ago, 20 years ago, back in the day, he was charged. I think he was charged with rape. He was charged with rape for being around a woman at the time who I believe was 15 years old, and I think Charlemagne was way older than her. And why was he around this girl? You know what I'm saying? And Kwame Brown basically brought that up, and it's funny because I remember when Joe Budden and Charlemagne had gotten to their little tit for tat. Charlemagne used to always talk shit about how Joe Budden had those allegations about him beating women and putting his hands on women and all these different things. And Joe Budden, got on his podcast one day and he was like, don't make me go find Jessica Reed and do an interview with Jessica Reed. I'm gonna go do an interview with her and I'm gonna bring this shit back up about you. And after Joe Budden said that, Charlemagne agreed to no longer speak about Joe Budden. So if you notice, Charlemagne no longer talks about Joe Budden. Like he doesn't speak his name, he doesn't say nothing about him at all. Like anytime they bring Joe Budden up, Charlemagne don't say shit. He don't say nothing. So Kwame Brown brought that up, and what really pissed Kwame Brown off is Charlemagne sent a cease and desist to Kwame Brown to not slander him and not speak about the Jessica Reed situation, which is so crazy to me because I love Charlemagne. I'm a fan of Charlemagne, but he is usually the guy that provokes and starts shit. So you can't be that way. And then when shit comes back to you, you wanting to send cease and desist and get attorneys and fight legally and all this kind of shit. You can't.
Yeah, man. You gotta watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth.
You can't do that. So Kwame Brown has been going off on him crazy, and it's gotten bad. It's gotten bad. It's gotten to the point to where I can tell that it's kind of awkward. And I don't know if I think Charlemagne is a huge asset to iHeart. And I don't think the Breakfast Club is really anything without Charlemagne. So
it's not, bro. Because, bro, who's watching the Breakfast Club if Charlemagne ain't on it?
Fact. And I at the end of the day, as bad
no diss to Angela and DJ Envy. Like no diss. But still, like the show is what it is because of Charlemagne.
Yeah, that's a fact. With that being said, I don't think that they're gonna get rid of him. I don't think they're gonna. I really don't think that he has anything to worry about. I was just gonna ask you, with us being kind of in that same field, how do you feel about, because for me, I feel like if we're going to do a podcast, if you're going to have a radio show, if you're going to do what Stephen A. Smith does, you have to be entertaining to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? There's ratings that you have to think about. You want to be able to, people love tuning in for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's negative. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know people, you know, that they want to tune in and listen to the negative shit that we have to say. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like,
but is it really negative, like, or is it like just critiquing?
That I'm so glad that you asked that, because to the people who listen, or I'm not gonna say to the people who listen, to the people who were critiquing, they see it as negativity. They see it as us hating, like the J. Cole
having
episode.
having an opinion. That's almost like we were just talking about, like, real MCs. That's just like, yeah, that's just like, you got to be a certain type of listener. You know what I'm saying? And not just, because if you're listening to the whole thing, you can hear that we're not really being negative. It's critiquing somebody on something, and if we just want them to do like be better in this area of what it is, if they're really listening. And that's how I feel about when people are listening to real MCs. I'll be like, are you listening with the right ear? Are you really hearing what this person is saying before you saying this other person is better than this person? Are you really listening to the words that they're actually saying? And that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't even feel like we be negative on here. I think we just really be critiquing, and sometimes it comes out bad. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the delivery, or sometimes the delivery might not always be the way everybody want to hear it. But I think it's more so critiquing than just negative. But if you're listening with the wrong ear, it's gonna sound negative to you.
Yeah, and I guess for me, like, I'm more so, because I understand what you're saying. I'm more so speaking to, like, if we think back to the last episode that we did where we were talking about J. Cole, I can understand if J. Cole listens to that episode and be like, even though these guys like my album, it don't sound like they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can.
But that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, it's absolutely not true at all. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that Charlemagne hates Kwame Brown. I don't think that when he did that, he was doing it to be like malicious, or he was trying to like hate on him or anything like that. I just think that when we're in this, if you're in that business, you know what I'm saying? I think a part of your job is to be entertaining. I mean, it's you know, it comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And as much as people will probably disagree, a lot of people probably laughed at Stephen A. Smith shitting on Kwame Brown every day. But with that being said, when the sleeping giant wants to come out and respond, he's also, you know what I'm saying, justified in responding, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you get tired of it, you know what I'm saying, you can come out.
Yeah, man. He just got sick of being talked about. Like, come on. Like, he's like, damn, Stephen A. Smith did this my whole career. And now I'm not even in the NBA, so I'm about to, come on now. I'm about to really respond.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It really just made me think. It really made me think of all of that, because I feel like we do a lot of that on here. We say a lot of things, like even going back to the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation, where we made light of it, and then, you know, we came back and apologized after that.
Man, we had to.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I understand Kwame Brown, and trust me, like he needs to. Has he been given a podcast deal yet? Because he needs one.
I think that for some reason I thought he had a podcast.
Well,
maybe
I'm sure, but if he does start a podcast, I'm definitely listening to it, because that motherfucker is hilarious. In regards to Charlemagne, though,
man,
I'm not sure how he's going to maneuver this, because there's been a lot of things that are being said, you know, in regards to him speaking to Jessica Reed's family, and he may have paid them off to kind of get away with this. And, you know, it is crazy how how stuff like this can come back, because he talked about it in his book. Like he talked about it in his book, and I guess what's really biting him in the ass though is the fact that he sent the cease and desist to Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown, I guess, when he did his research, and people are starting to put things together. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm almost nervous if Kwame Brown does a podcast because he might expose a lot.
Look, I'm here for it.
He might expose some stuff in the NBA. He might, this man get a podcast deal. It might be scary. It might be over for a lot of niggas.
Mama's cooking.
Man, like he might get rich off he already rich, but he might get even more money off of like exposing the stuff that he didn't seen or know about and that he didn't kept quiet about. I really feel like that's one person that people better be careful with, like trying to mess with him, because I'm talking about even if he get a podcast, it could be some exposure, and it might. I'm talking about people might not mess with people after that podcast.
Yeah, man, and look, I knew Kwame Brown was not to be fucked with, because Charlemagne issued an apology live on air. He apologized. I have never. I mean, I've seen Charlemagne apologize for some things that he's done, and things that he's like didn't sit right with him or whatever. But I've never seen him respond with an apology under pressure. I feel like Kwame Brown was on his ass, and Charlemagne was just like, all right, like this is going too far. Let me go ahead and apologize so I can try to sweep this under the rug and I can keep it moving. And
gotta be careful, man.
It's already like, nah, man. But man, I just keep thinking to myself, like, why do people that I'm a fan of make it so hard to be fans of them? Like, it shouldn't be hard to be a fan of Charlemagne and Joe Budden and all these.
Man.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Scary.
But yeah, we need to protest for Kwame Brown to get a podcast, because
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Hey, get this man a podcast. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I feel like that would be like informative, hilarious, entertaining. Man, that would just, yeah. I didn't realize how funny he was until like I was seeing them clips.
Mama's cooking.
When he was talking about Nelly, man, I was rolling.
Hey, look, he's been going off on so many different people, and I can tell that he's been wanting to get this off his chest. This reminded me of a couple of years back, if you think to when Cameron released his program mixtape, and he dissed Mace for the upteenth time, and then Mace came back with the Oracle.
Bro, he woke the sleeping, like I said, the sleeping giant. Mace is like, all right, nigga, we okay.
Yeah, man. Cameron dissed Mace for 20 years.
Bam.
And then Mace came back and was like, nah, I'm not going for this.
That's the same thing with Kwame Brown. Like he's like, all right, now I'm sick of it. Like I was sick of it, but I'm about to say something now.
Man, great content, man. Great content over these past few weeks. I've been enjoying it, and I've been getting myself prepared, because I know that once we get a bigger platform and people start hearing our opinions, we're probably going to be in the same fucking situation.
Man, hey, I hope people are really listening. You know what I'm saying? Because we really don't say it to be negative. We really are critiquing things and just giving an opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's an opinion.
So, yeah, we live in a PC culture where if you have an opinion that is different from somebody else's opinion, you're considered to be hating. If you do like someone or you're in favor of something, you're considered a dick rider. So at the end of the day, it's just like it can be hard. It can be hard at times to be able to to have simple conversations, give your opinion on certain things, because cancel culture, PC, everything is so politically correct, and I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot whenever we do this podcast. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to continue to give my 100% authentic opinion. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. And
you just got to be willing to stand on your opinion and be like, nah, that's what I believe. And I'm willing to die over what I believe, or just that opinion. It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So and when I say anything, I don't take it back. Honestly.
Yeah. But good luck to Charlemagne. Good luck to Charlemagne. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. I don't know, because I really don't, because I think I did read
Jesus.
or see a video where they were saying that Jessica Reed was willing or trying to reopen that case. Like, she was trying to reopen that case. So,
bruh.
So Charlemagne literally did this to himself. Like, he did this to himself, speaking on somebody else's shit. And like I said, at the end of the day, you can't just be willing to speak on everybody else's life, but then when people get to speaking about you, you want to send a cease and desist. Don't work like that. Don't work like that.
Make sure you out here moving with integrity, because you saying some stuff about somebody, it's bound to, something is bound to come back on you.
What did Kendrick say?
Your stuff is clear, bruh. Before you
What did Kendrick say on the Hard Part 4? He said, "Don't tell a lie about me, and I won't tell the truth about you."
About you, bruh. I'm telling you, better be careful out here. Better the way you moving, because
oh shit,
it's not a game out here. Stuff like that will happen.
Sidebar: I really wish Kendrick would have told the truth about Big Sean, though. I really wish.
Oh,
I really wish we could have saw that, because I feel like that would have been a moment for Big Sean to really step up and shine and step into that top tier, to the top tier, the pyramid. You know what I'm saying, with J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake. Mm-hmm. But whatever. I just watched Big Sean's. He did a little thing where he showed like the inside of his house, and he was showing like all the different rooms and all that. And I was just watching that, and I was like, Jhené Aiko done put some voodoo on this nigga or something. This man was walking through his house, and he has like copper rings in every room, and he was talking about the energy is right in here, and he had like different...
she's Japanese too.
Man.
She's black, and I think she's black and Japanese, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man. She done put some voodoo on this nigga, man. Like, he has like different rocks in the house, like different stones, and he was talking about the energy and the vibes and the universe and copper rings, and I was like, fam, y'all just need to get married or something. Like, I don't know what she done to him. But
it almost sound like that Erykah Badu effect, low key.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's crazy, because there are a few people who strike me as that. Jhené Aiko, SZA, Erykah Badu. Like, those are the type of women that we gotta stay away from. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll have like some type of like magical spell on you or some shit. And I can just tell, because like, you have to think, like, Big Sean was our size, and now he's all buff and shit, and it's just like, what has Jhené Aiko done to this man? Like,
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
man. She probably got him in there eating what was it? What is it? Is it seaweed? What is it?
Yeah, something like that. Some weirdo shit.
She probably got him in there eating and drinking healthy.
Fam.
Been on some just like
some Zen master type shit.
Yeah, something like that. Some they probably do in her culture, probably the Japanese side of her culture.
Yeah, like he has a record on the new album, or not the new album, but the album they just put out last year called Zen the Fuck Out. And yeah, Jhené Aiko done like, she's like a UFO and she done like sucked him up or something. I don't know. But anyway.
Oh man. Yep.
Versus battles. We got Soulja Boy and Bow Wow coming up.
How you feeling about that?
You know, it's like I want to see it, but when I think about it, Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow, I just laugh. Like it's just funny to me. And
that's why I laugh. Like that's why I just laugh.
I don't even know why it's funny. It just is. Like I can.
Because this nigga Soulja Boy is gonna be like,
he's gonna be clowning Bow Wow the whole time, and just the
he
way
gonna probably be like, how much money you got or something weird.
Yeah, man. And I know we've discussed Bow Wow before on the podcast. You know, you can't disrespect Bow Wow because he's done a lot. He's done a lot within hip hop and
I mean, just for us growing up, honestly, like he was a big part of our childhood type of thing. At least for me, like, and Soulja Boy.
And Soulja Boy too, but just them seeing the exchange between them two and Bow Wow talking about you not ready for this and all this kind of shit. It's funny to me. Like it's just so funny to me. And I guess it's because like all the corny shit that Bow Wow has done.
That's what it is. It's like
I can't even take him serious anymore. But I'm definitely gonna tune into this battle because I want to laugh.
Bro, it's gonna be so entertaining, bro. Like
it's gonna be.
This might be one of the most entertaining battles of the whole thing. Like just as far as just the things that's gonna be said in exchange, like just the exchange, the back and forth, it's probably gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, and they need to be in the same room. They
100% please put these dudes in the same room, please.
Yeah, they need to be in the same room. And I had completely forgot that there was one point in time when Soulja Boy and Bow Wow were beefing with each other. Like
they were best friends. They were like super close. Then they were beefing.
Yep.
Then they got close again. It was so weird. And I don't think but they actually have a project together. Like a joint project. It's like a mixtape.
Why don't I know about this?
Hold on, because it wasn't popular. It was called
what the actual fuck?
They actually did a joint project together. It was called.
I completely missed that. That completely went over my head.
That show you how it wasn't big. Like it wasn't big at all.
Yeah.
I gotta pull it up.
But I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna win this? I don't really care. I feel like I'm just gonna tune into this.
I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna say Bow Wow just because I think Bow Wow got a longer list of hits.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I think he does have a longer list of hits. I can agree with that. But at the same time, I'm just like I don't care. I'm just gonna tune in. This one is just gonna be just fun and entertaining to watch. And then
it was. Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, it might be.
Wow. Yeah, I never.
It was a joint project. It was a joint project. Yeah, that just shows you like niggas didn't really care about it.
When did it come out?
I think it was. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they actually had a joint project.
Bow Wow and Soulja.
I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, nobody cared about that shit.
Yeah,
nobody cared about that.
It was like 2017 or something like that.
Nobody cared about that shit. Before the Soulja Boy and Bow Wow versus got announced, though, they were trying to set it up between Romeo and Bow Wow, and that made no sense to me at all because I don't know any Romeo songs. I don't know, not one.
I do, but he don't have enough.
So the only song, okay, I take that back. The only song that I know about Romeo is the diss that he put out towards Fresh as Is.
The Shine Like Me joint.
And Shine Like Me, yeah. Like me, whatever the fuck he was saying.
I know. I could probably name off like as far as hits, maybe four.
I don't know any Romeo records,
bruh. And I was like, that wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah, that
you don't even have enough hits to like go up against Bow Wow's hits. That wouldn't even make sense.
Absolutely.
At all. Like I think Bow Wow at least got like a solid 15. A
Yeah,
solid 15. Romeo might have 3 or 4, maybe. And
3 or 4. Jesus Christ.
that's a maybe.
God damn, 3 or 4. Shit.
Yeah, that's a maybe.
Is one of them hits gonna be the what's the commercial? The ACDC. Is it gonna be that shit? Is that gonna be one of the songs that he plays? I mean, it has to, right?
Oh my God. The ICDC college.
There you go. ICDC. I said ACDC. ICDC.
Oh my God. No.
There you go.
I didn't even mean that.
Oh shit.
It's not a hit. It's just a commercial.
I mean, look, I'm just being honest.
Yo.
I'm being completely honest.
Yo.
The Swiss Beats and Timbaland just happened, the rematch. And I don't even remember. We didn't start. This podcast wasn't started yet whenever they did their first battle, was it? I don't think so. I think we had started the podcast maybe shortly after.
So we
didn't. I think we discussed it, but we discussed it.
It was like briefly within another episode. Like we didn't discuss that battle as a whole. We discussed it as
I think it was the RZA and DJ Premier one.
We were just talking about the different battles coming up or that happened already or something like that.
Yeah, they
talked about it briefly.
Watching that again just reminded me how great the producer versus battles are. They need to bring back the producer.
I love them, bro.
I do think that Swiss Beats had the advantage this time around because of the fact that DMX just passed away. So all the Rough Rider DMX music that he was playing, you know what I'm saying? The energy was crazy.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, I know right now, like the versus battles have gotten away from winner loser. It's more so like a gathering, a party, entertainment.
They're just celebrating.
Celebration, yeah. But if there was a winner or loser that night, Swiss Beats definitely walked away with the W that night because DMX was felt all through the room that night. But no, I think they do need to bring the producer battles back because when Timbaland was playing all of his hits, Timbaland has to be one of the most versatile producers.
Facts.
Ever, because he was playing a lot of Aaliyah stuff, Missy Elliott stuff. He has Jay-Z stuff, Beyonce stuff.
Yeah, he got a lot.
Yeah, man.
Justin Timberlake, dude, got a man.
Justin Timberlake, Ludacris, a bunch of shit. He has a bunch of shit, man. Timbaland, definitely a legend. Me personally, I think when we first talked about this, you were saying that you were gonna go with Timbaland.
Oh yeah, my it didn't switch since that because I didn't realize. Like I knew Swiss Beats produced a lot of stuff. Like, but then when I actually broke it down and like thought about like the stuff he produced, I was just like, yeah, I think it is Swiss. Like for me.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go. I went with Swiss because I think Swiss is more so the hip hop guy.
That's what I was about to say. And then when I realized, like how much hip hop Swiss had produced that I knew about and that I didn't know about, I was just like, yeah, it's Swiss. Even though I'm a huge Timbaland, but when I'm in that mood for like R&B, it's definitely Timbaland. But yeah, the hip hop, as far as hip hop, it's Swiss all the way.
Yeah, man, and
all the way.
I like the producer battles because every time we get producer battles, the producers play unreleased music. And I love
that.
I love it so much when they did that. So Swizz, he played a verse from Rick Ross that was supposed to be on Famous from Life of Pablo.
Bro.
So Rick Ross was supposed to be on that record, and the verse was incredible. I don't know why they didn't leave that verse on there. I really don't. And he played a J. Cole verse from, I think, Bath Salts. The record that's on the DMX album. I think J. Cole originally had a verse on that. If I'm not
I heard that. I heard that same thing too.
Yeah, he played that as well. And man, it really makes me think like producers are riding around with songs and verses that we will never hear. We will never hear.
That's so crazy to me. And there it goes back to that J. Cole thing. You said there was a J. Cole song, I'm pretty sure he killed it.
Yeah,
It's something about J. Cole on other people's beats.
he
He's a
fucking
different J. Cole.
he fucking smashed it. And I remember when Hit Boy and Boy Wonder did their battle. Hit Boy played the Deep Reverence verse way before it came out. Way before it came out. So yeah, I think that I definitely think that producer battles need to happen more often. And even when they were on the stage, Timbaland was talking about how he worked a lot with Pharrell.
We need a battle with Pharrell and somebody. I don't know
Yeah,
who, but
Swiss
somebody.
Beats. Swiss Beats was like, you can talk about Pharrell all night, but he ain't on the stage. And I was like, well, we need to get Pharrell on the stage. Somebody needs to
Facts.
against Pharrell because
Facts.
Pharrell has a catalog that can stand up against pretty much any of these hip hop producers. Like,
Nigga, he throw on some clips. Pusha T, bruh, it's a rap, bro.
yeah,
It's a rap.
Pharrell has some shit, man. He has some shit. So somebody needs to challenge Pharrell. And then I can't remember what I was looking at. I think I may have been listening to the Brilliant Idiots podcast where they were talking about trying to get Mary J. Blige. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, Mary J. Blige versus anyone is gonna be a long night.
I need a Mary J. Blige versus, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't care who it's against, man. Like Mary J. Blige versus Usher, Chris Brown, Mariah Carey. I don't give a damn who it is.
I really want to see that Mariah Carey and Mary J, bro. I really want to throw that out in the universe, bro. I really want to throw that out there.
Anybody versus Mary J. Blige is gonna have a long night. You're gonna have a long night because Mary J. Blige, she has the soundtrack to a lot of our lives. Like some of her albums are the soundtracks to our lives. And speaking of Mary J. Blige, she has a documentary coming out. She has a documentary coming out about one of my favorite albums from her, which is My Life. To me, it's a classic R&B album.
You know how we feel about documentaries.
Yeah, man, I cannot wait to watch the documentary. I think it's going to be just revolved around the creation and the recording process of that album. So I can't wait to watch that because that album is great. But yeah, man, as far as the versus battles, I don't think that they've announced any more as of yet. I haven't seen any. But hopefully we get some more producer ones, man. Hopefully we get some more producer battles. They teamed up with Triller with the verses. So now they've turned it into like an actual brand. So salute to Swizz and Timbaland for that. But yeah, man, we need more producer battles. If y'all are listening, let's get some more producer versus battles going. Those are the most interesting ones.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, man. How are we feeling about this Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul?
Man, it's a joke to me. First of all, why is he trying to battle Floyd Mayweather? Because this nigga's a professional fighter. Like, and you just gonna rake in more money for him. And
yeah, because he's making 10 million from this fight. And it's an expedition fight. He's making 10 million from an expedition fight.
An expedition fight, bro. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Floyd Mayweather's already a billionaire. If I'm not mistaken.
I think I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's definitely made $1 billion.
Yeah.
In his lifetime.
Yeah. Or if he's not one, he's on his way to being one because he still make millions outside of boxing.
Yeah, I think he's worth at least 500 M's. I think he's halfway there. Do you think that Logan Paul has any chance of beating Mayweather?
No way. Absolutely not.
I don't think so either, but there's a part of me that's like, what if Mayweather does lose? And I mean, I know it doesn't matter because it's an expedition fight. It's not like, I think there's no rules or something, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a part of me that's like, how old is Floyd Mayweather, man? Like 40 something?
40 something now. Yeah.
Logan Paul is not a little dude. He's young.
But I feel like he's underestimating
I agree.
The fact that this man is a professional.
And see that's what I'm saying. I don't think that Mayweather's gonna lose because not only is he a professional boxer, he is the perfectionist. He's never lost. So obviously he's a master at boxing. So I don't think that he has a chance of winning. But there's a part of me that's just like, if Mayweather does lose this, we probably have to cancel Black History Month next year. We have to cancel Black History Month for a year.
Bro, if this nigga lose, bruh.
And I know we didn't get to talk about it because we had guests on at the time, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure you saw whenever Jake Paul took his hat, and then Jake Paul got
got your hat.
Got your hat. And then the next thing you know, we seen a picture of Jake Paul with 2 black eyes after that. So,
bruh.
I
love these dudes, bro.
Man, I really just want
Mayweather.
I want Mayweather to knock him out because I'm so tired of Jake Paul and Logan Paul. They both annoy the fuck out of me, both of them.
Bro, put these niggas, bro.
But the crazy part about it is the past few fights that Jake Paul has done, he's won. And but the thing is,
he ain't fought nobody though.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. He hasn't fought no boxers. He hasn't. He keeps
he
keeps ducking the boxers.
Nate Robinson and who's the other dude?
Yeah.
Hell no. Yes, bro. Please shut these white boys up, please.
I'm begging Floyd Mayweather to knock this motherfucker out on Sunday. Like, please knock him the fuck out. Because he really thinks that he has a chance of winning. Like,
no way.
I watched the face off and man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
If Logan Paul does win, what does this mean for him? Because I will
go into hibernation for like a week or two. I'll be like,
fam, if he wins, black people can't come outside for a week. We can't come outside. We can't come outside.
Bro, oh my God, if that happened, oh my God. Floyd, please knock this nigga out. Please.
Man.
Do it for the culture. Knock this nigga out for the culture, bro. If you're doing anything for the culture, win this.
Man.
Win this.
But yeah. So this fight is going down on Sunday the 6th, I believe. So I'm going to try to bootleg this shit. And if I don't bootleg it, then I won't be watching it because I'm not paying for it. So
hell no.
I can tell you right now, this shit is about to be a goddamn disaster.
Ooh, Lord, man.
There's a lot of fuckery going on out here, but
say that again.
Yeah, man. Salute to Mayweather.
Knock this nigga out, please.
Please do. Please knock him the fuck out.
For us. For the
do it for the TNT podcast.
Yes, bro. Please. Because when we talk about it, I can't, man. If we have to come on the podcast and talk about this nigga done lost.
Oh my God. We're gonna have to take a day off.
Bro, we're gonna have to bro.
I'm not gonna want to do that. Man, I'm telling you, if he loses, black people can't come outside for a week.
Bro, we can't lose. He can't lose, bro. There's no other option. Like, he has to win. It's like, if he loses, his legacy is out the window. Like, it's, oh my God. Because you know the things that we be talking about with like rappers will say something and they'll continuously do corny stuff to like, and it's just like making their legacy just go down, down, down. If this nigga loses, bro, it's like, what is his legacy? Like, winning professional fights and then in an exhibition he lose? Like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah.
This can't happen, bro.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I definitely don't think Logan Paul has a chance, but it's a lot of crazy shit that's been going on these past.
Life been throwing us curveballs lately. We'd be like, oh, there ain't no way.
Facts.
And we look up, and it's 2021. So things shock me, but they don't shock me.
Facts.
Bruh.
But yeah, man. Salute to Mayweather. Fuck Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
What
Salute
he said.
to Kwame Brown, Mama's Cooking. Salute to Lloyd Banks, Makami, Freddie Gibbs, everybody that we talked about in this episode. I ain't got no more talking. Did we leave anything out? Did we forget anything?
I ain't got no more talking either, man. I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody for pulling up to episode 57 of the TNT podcast, TNT. We'll be back at you guys with episode 58. We love you. And yeah, we out of here.
Yes, sir.
Peace.